guys, what's going on? Today I'm going to be reviewing the Topo Athletic Ultraventures. This shoe is pretty fantastic. If I had one way of describing this shoe, I would have to say that it is the love child of an Ultra and a Hoka. It does come in at 10.4 ounces, so it might be slightly on the heavier side, even though 10.4 ounces is pretty stinking light. There is a 5mm heel to toe drop, so you're starting off at 30 in the back, 25 in the front, and that's where I would say it's kind of emulates or resembles a Hoka, but it does have that traditional foot-shaped or wider than normal toe box, anatomical toe box, keeping that great toe in alignment and letting that kind of be your anchor point for your foot and letting the other toes splay out in here. This shoe, I really can't speak too much on anything bad about this shoe. I haven't had a bad experience in it. This particular pair has 310 miles on it, and then I have a brand new pair over here, which I'd be hard pressed at any point in time in my life to buy another pair of the exact same shoe in the exact same color. So anyway, that should tell you something. This shoe has gotten me through a lot of long runs. I kind of got the shoe to try out for a training cycle for Double Dog Ultras. Unfortunately, I got really cold in the race, and so anyway, I made it 100K out of 100 miles. So, but it had nothing to do with the shoe. It was very muddy on the trails that day, very cold, very wet. The shoe outperformed itself. It comes with a Vibram, as you can see with Vibram marketing. They're going to tell you that it's a Vibram. Came with a Vibram outsole. This is the XS Trek, not the Magna Grip or Maga Grip that comes on the Speed Goats, the Hoka Speed Goats. But be advised that the Maga Grip is going to be coming out on the a new pair of Topos anyway, the waterproof Topos that are going to be coming out next year, 2019. Look for the Hydraventures anyway. Look for those coming out. These have a new improved upper. There's a couple different overlays. Let me show you on the cleaner pair. A couple different overlays on here. They're actually more than one piece. The toe bumper is separate from this overlay, giving you a little bit more protection. The upper is actually a new printed mesh, or a new type of mesh anyway. So you're getting a little bit tighter mesh up here in the front, keeping out some of the debris, and then a little more open mesh more toward the metatarsals, giving you a little bit more airflow and breathability, maybe a little more drainage. New feature also in a bunch of the new trail shoes is going to be these gills. All right, they're basically drainage ports. So whenever you get water in your shoe, every step from that point in time, it's going to act kind of like you're forcing the water out, kind of pumping the water out of your shoe with your own steps. I have noticed, I have gotten these shoes very wet. I have noticed that they do drain really well. And also, the new upper, as well as this, has given the shoe a more comfortable temperature anyway. Some people have complained about Topos being very warm. This shoe, especially with the new Ortholite insole, get a little Ortholite marketing in there. With the new Ortholite insole, has actually become a lot more comfortable temperature-wise. I did get the shoe right when the weather was changing, so it was still kind of warm, and it's felt fine through coming up here now in the 30s. All right, not too cold here in Virginia. Anyway, there is a Gator attachment in the back, so it's kind of a weird looking Topo branded Gator attachment here. Got little places for the hooks, and I'll show you with the Gators on these. So I've got these hooks that kind of lock in there, and then the Gator, like a normal Gator, pulls over and it attaches to wherever you need it in the front. It's a lot easier than this when you have it on. Anyway, so there you go with the Gator attachment. And that is a Topo branded Gator attachment. These would work with any other type of Gators. You would just have to do your traditional Velcro, and I actually did sew in Velcro on these so I could use them on the Magnaflies, or the Magnaflies 2s anyway. Alright, the tongue is fully gusseted. I'll show you on the other pair. The tongue is fully gusseted, meaning it is sewn in. And so that prevents a lot of the sliding around of the tongue and bunching and creating hot spots. And I really haven't noticed any hot spots in this shoe. The upper is 3 pieces. Sorry, I think I already said that. But anyway, the EVA upper, or sole, is 3 pieces. You've got kind of a little bit firmer sole here, or EVA here, a little bit softer in the back. And even though this would traditionally mean that this is a stability shoe or a guidance shoe, this piece is still just maybe a hair firmer than up here. And I have a neutral foot, and this, I haven't felt like there's any guidance or anything like that. This shoe, again, is called the Ultraventure, meaning it's going to be marketed towards someone who's going to be out there maybe more on an ultra run or ultra marathon, and when they're fatigued, their foot kind of hits the ground a little bit differently. So it might give you a little bit of guidance, but not enough to where it's going to throw off your gait. I have, like I said, 310 miles in this pair of shoe, and so normal wear and tear, I did really try to destroy this pair. I've got a little wear back here. I've got a little wear right here where there's a couple holes forming, but this is about the time where I'd be retiring a pair of shoes anyway, and for a trail pair that I literally beat the heck out of. It's surpassed a lot of my expectations. I don't normally run in a 5mm drop. I don't know why I didn't say this earlier, but this shoe doesn't really feel like a 5mm drop. It's taken a lot of the stress off my Achilles because it is a 5mm, but at the same time, there's enough cushioning in it to where it almost feels zero-ish drop. I'm not going to say it does because I don't want to give you that impression that it is a zero drop or it would crush down to being a zero drop, like the heel would be that soft. But it does kind of feel like it hooks onto your foot a little bit better than a lot of other shoes out there. There is enough cushion here in the back to give you a nice heel cup and kind of lock your heel down in there. Now I would give it, a couple strides out there to let it adjust before you tightened it down anymore if you did feel a little heel slipping. One other thing I really wanted to point out, there is no rock plate in here, and there are a couple cutouts to give it a little bit more flexibility. But if you do step on something that's sharp, there's enough cushion in here that's going to give you that protection, and you might feel it, but it's not going to hurt or damage your foot too much to the point where you get like a stone bruise. I have stepped on very sharp things and haven't had any issues. And then one thing that I really enjoyed about this shoe was with this aggressive outsole, I stepped on a couple roots this way, and had I not had this type of slightly more aggressive outsole that they've been putting on the new trail line for Topo anyway, I might have slipped off that root, but I actually kind of caught it, and so I was able to prevent some foot rolling because of that. It did take me a little bit of time to get used to if you're not traditionally used to running in a more aggressive outsole, because there's just slightly more clearance underfoot. So you're getting the 25 and 30, but then you have an additional maybe 5mm here. And I have run on this on road a few times. I haven't felt the grip, so I feel like that there's enough cushion in there too that if you do run over pebbles or whatnot, you're really not going to feel those. So that should be a good sign. Anyway, I'm trying not to be too long-winded on this, but this is a great shoe. I highly suggest it. If you guys got any questions, pop them down in their bottom. If you want to try the shoe out, or you want to try another Topo out, go ahead and leave a comment. I might have a discount code for you. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, and hope to see you guys soon. Have a great day.